In my restless dreams, I still see that town. Sound test. Okay. All good. Let's just get to a main menu if we can. No, put that shit where it's supposed to be. Even though apparently neither is perfect. Oh my fuck. Okay. Shit. I gotta sit up for this one. Oh boy. Okay. Dial this shit in. We're gonna have a lot to talk about. A lot to fucking talk about before we get in here. Um, Make sure not to lose detail in the shadows and be careful not to overbrighten the image. I mean, to be real, I kind of think this is not too bad, right? Like, I don't know. I feel like this actually looks pretty damn good already, you know? Like, I think the shadowing is good here. I don't think there's anything I'm particularly feeling is, like, wrong necessarily. Damn, they want me to hit all this shit right at the gate, huh? Dynamic. Dynamic's probably neat. Minimal. We'll go dynamic. Thickness. Yeah. It's probably fine in the middle. Hey City, interaction icon. I have been told that that is a little aggressive, and we may actually flip that off. But I don't know. We'll have to see. Make it smaller. I feel like in this particular case, I want them less visible. I don't know. I don't know if that makes sense. Like minimalism is probably for the best here. Yes, I know we still haven't talked about the fact that we're playing a Silent Hill 2 remake yet. Just let me get to a main menu first, please. Um, Traversal icon visibility. No, that's off by default. Keep it that way. Quick time event icon visibility. Really, by default, that's off. That's fascinating. Yeah, actually, yeah. Leave it off, please. Just let me mash. Obviously, I'm not colorblind, so that's an interesting thing to turn off. Um, Gameplay center dot reticle. My contrast mode. No, thank you. Neat for people to need that, but yeah, no. Radio state indicator. No, that's way too much. You can't do that. That's way too much. Sprint toggle instead of hold sprint. We'll see. That we might actually fuck with. Um, Media time event interaction texts subtitles. We can go big for these subtitle font. Damn, the dyslexic. Can I be real for a second? The dyslexic font looks very like I know it is actually the dyslexic font, but I don't know. It looks very like almost fitting for this game. I don't know. It's probably not a good idea to just run on with that. Big names on color background, color names only. Uh, yeah, sure. Actually, let's do that. Um, Subtitle background. No, we're good. Tips visibility. Yeah, okay. Tips text size. As much as a part of me is like the dyslexic font almost looks like fitting for this game. It's like, yeah, but then someone's gonna come in and look and be like, "Are you dyslexic?" And I'll be like, "No." And they'll be like, "Then why are you using that font?" And then I don't know, a little weird, but it is bizarrely fitting. We will leave the tutorial taunts taunt. We will leave the tutorial stuff on. I would not mind it being bold, honestly. But maybe that's not necessary. Okay. Good to get all that out of the way first. Maybe I should start doing that like before, you know? Wow! Not even putting the title card on screen. That's kind of bold, actually. Wow. Just some fucking toilets. The fucking toilets, one might even say. Okay. Actually, let me go ahead and set up a profile for this game, because that's important to do early. And then I don't know what I'll do with it yet, but let's just put it on this one. Okay, good. Okay. I'm going to do another sound test real quick. Hello. Oh my God, I didn't actually tweet the link out. I put out the Facebook link. I did not tweet out the link. Shit. That's awkward. Fix that real quick. Pop that out. Good. Well, we didn't even do the preamble yet, so, you know. All right. Okay. Okay. Just making sure everything is set up correctly. Okay. Okay. So, hello and welcome to the remake of Silent Hill 2. We have a lot to talk about. A lot to talk about before we start. Number one with a bullet. If you've watched previous streams, you already know that I have a chip on my shoulder about this game. Or perhaps it would be more accurate to say had. If you watched the Sonic, the end of the Sonic Frontiers DLC stream, I mentioned possibly even being spiteful enough about Bloober Team even being involved in the project to begin with, that I was gonna consider, if the reviews were like genuinely terrible, I would just like get it from Amazon and then I'd send it back when I was done. You know, like gotta know. But to enormous surprise, the game has received rave reviews. And look, I'm gonna be honest, a part of me actually kind of expected that no matter what. So that wasn't necessarily enough for me, because modern reviewers do tend to get a little bit swept up in incredible visuals and art direction, even if all those things are owed to the 2001 original. So I was always already kind of prepared for it to get great reviews, and then ultimately, when it was handed down to everybody else for opinion to sort of smooth out, you know, that honeymoon, either the honeymoon phase or just when people that I trust more, right? But then something crazy happened. It wasn't just, oh, they've decided to, or the reviews are great. It was me watching Easy Allies, fucking 40-minute preview from the review phase. It wasn't their review. It was like a 40-minute, let's just talk about it. And Isla Hank, who is one of this game's biggest, most vocal critics over the years, because they love the original, same as me, raved about it for 40 minutes. I was enraptured by everything she had to say. She was so precise with everything she had to say. She was, but also raving. Like, she was so excited and like, I just can't wait for people to try this, because it blew me away. And that coming from her, given how steadfast she was a stunner. But I was still kind of like, even with that, I was like, okay, you know, Man, that was enough to trip me from like cautious, let's give it a chance, to genuine excitement. But there was still that little piece of me that's like, ooh, okay. We'll see. And that was largely reliant on Pat stares at Pat Boivin, if you will, who I have a lot of respect for, even in all his insanity, given that a lot of it echoes my own. Let's put it that way. And I think we both share a connection to this game, the original, I should say, that is quite important to us. He's gone through it a great number of times. It matters to him a lot. And I kind of understood, like, okay, because there was an early access period. People were playing it for the last 2 days, right? I did not opt into that. Literally could only afford to just squeeze in just what I got, which is a physical copy of the main game, which is fine. More than happy with that. And it was sort of this thing of like, he goes into stream and he's like, going in with an open mind, gonna be fair. We'll see what happens. And I'm sitting there. I didn't watch the stream. I'm still blind. So I'm like, okay. Well, I'm fascinated because I'm like, what's he gonna tweet in the next 8 hours? What's he gonna tweet out after like? So it's sir, hop down off the screen. What's he gonna tweet out? Right? Is he gonna tweet out? Because in my head, I'm like, whatever he tweets out could drastically alter the course of this game's discourse, right? Because A, if he tweets, yeah, I don't know what y'all smoking, it's really bad, then that's gonna people give Pat a lot of shit for a lot of shit, but they do trust his take on Silent Hill a lot, you know, because he cares about it deeply. So him tweeting that would be either to some people the most damning thing ever, or to some people it would be, whatever, Pat hates everything, which I don't think is fair, and I don't think it's accurate, but whatever. Some people like to be shits about that. But if Pat tweeted, it's great, that's better marketing than Konami could spend if they bankrupted the company 10 times over. Like, that's how powerful that is. And I know that, especially given the fact that Midnight Sun's still bitter. Sorry, I think I just heard someone knock on my door. One sec. I'm insane. Great sign, by the way, that this headset is going to make me hear things. We'll get into that in a bit. But anyway, that like Pat tweeting out shit's good could like that's a bigger stamp of that's a seal of approval. That's better marketing than Konami could get if they bankrupted the company 10 times in a row. Like it's not you can't buy better marketing than Pat saying I liked it, even when he didn't finish it, right? And he tweeted, so far so good. It's actually pretty good. And I'm like, oh man, this changes everything. Like this, oh my god, this cat is sprinting around the room. This changes fucking everything, because now I'm like, no, all bets are off. This is a new conversation now. This is a fucking, sorry to take a drink. If he's tweeting that, this might be like a 10 out of 10, which is crazy. He's not done it, to be fair, at the moment. At the moment, he's not finished it. There could be some shit deeper in that he hates, right? I'd be willing to bet that he's going to be slightly mixed on some elements. Totally fine. I get it. But he played the game for 8 hours. That's a lot. But when he first tweeted that, and then he streamed it again yesterday. And then after that, he also tweeted, still so far so good. So like clearly he's even deeper now. I don't know where he's at. I'm not watching. I'm gonna watch this thing after I finish it. And then I'm gonna like I'll watch this thing after, basically. I'll probably have seen it by the time I do the second, third, fourth, or fifth playthroughs, which, yes, we'll get into that soon. Because based on what I have seen, we will probably be playing the game on camera more than once. But yeah,